Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today's Redington virtual session. The topic for today's session is Splunk for Healthcare and will be presented by Gaurav. During the session, if you have any questions and answers, please put them in the Q&A tab on your left. They will be answered at the end of the session. Over to you, Gaurav. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chanakya. Hello, everyone. This is Gaurav Ramteke. I hope you guys doing well. So today's topic I have chose healthcare industry and Splunk. How Splunk can Splunk can be leveraged into healthcare industry. So this topic, why do I chose this topic is just because the today's the world's pandemic situation, and we are going through the critical time, and hence I hope this topic will add bit of something into your minds, and we can leverage some of the knowledge from this presentation. So this is a completely presentation session. I'll be giving you the overview of how the healthcare industry is been going through now, how the operation processes is there, clinical operations processes, and then how we can leverage Splunk in those domain, just to be sure of proactive monitoring of patients' health, as well as the distribution of medicines and the rest of the things which comes under line, and there and to the comments of the patients. So review of the patients. So this thing have involved. However, of course, it's medical devices analytics is the part of this. Just to understand that, I have added the whole overview into it. Okay, so let's start. As a Splunk we call it as a data to everything platform. Now leading healthcare organization and shifting from a uh, reactive to proactive state of responding to any incident happening uh, on the so let's go from IT systems, proactive measures taken on the incidents happening on the IT systems from security point of view, or from the IoT side of the IoT side of incidents like patients' health devices monitoring patients' health devices. We can monitor those devices as well from patients' health side of it, and there we can find out how we can improve the the patient's the comfort. So there is a HIMSS, Health Information and Management Society, which carries out this conference every year. I don't know if it's happening this year or not, but then this conference is held um, just to collate all the major doctors and R&D teams together and discuss things all around the improvement on medical and healthcare industry. So all the technology, all the medicinal formulas and everything comes into one place, and things are discussed. So this is very important conference for health industry. Here Splunk demonstrate most of the time, all the time, and it considered as a very important part of any health organization industry. So because it's help health industry to pressing challenges facing the healthcare industry, facing by healthcare industries right now. Say suppose if you are in healthcare IT, and you have got a lot in your mind, like how organization needs their interoperability of its data, when especially you need to meet regulations like high tech and HIPAA. You're also working out ways to improve patients' outcome and to protect their records from security breaches and unauthorized access. This happens a lot in the healthcare industry, uh, and these records are very important for if we talk about these industries, because it carries um, very personal information of a patient, and it contains all details. So if it is lost to if this data is lost to the hospital or any organization which falls under in this industry, it is violation to compliances, and they would not uh, find it good. So huge loss maybe probably they will face. So that's also one of the part. So adding reducing cost of the if reducing cost by doing those all proactive protective measures. And then of course now when you go online and you want to make patients life easy, you have to no, there are multiple organizations coming up with the uh, you know mobile applications, and then how user can directly enroll um, to the application and run through the process, like improving the uh, what do you say it improving the approval process for the different stages in the patient's treatment cycle, right? So this is how you can achieve this is all can be tapped. As I said, there are multiple technologies involved in this cycle, and you can get insight from this data across the continuum of the care industry. So these are the basic things. Most of them are all I'll say most all of them are going through the technology, and they are evolving a lot. So of course now when we say data generated by these different technologies, and it's not easy when you say you want to monitor the uh, the medical data sources or devices uh, as they are connected to each other in the organization. They are of course now prone to attacks, and prone to threats around it, right? So legacy system, you see, it's very minimum into legacy. They will not be able to justify the requirement of this machine data. I would call it as machine data because there are different data sources around it, and you need to comply with security standards by storing the data in a raw format, and Splunk does provide the storage of raw data, right? So around this legacy system is generally, they store the data in a structured format, and you need to follow the complete ETL process around to to store. Now, to follow the ETL process, it's a resource intensive step. If you people know how the data is stored and analyzed in any analytical solutions, you would know what I'm talking to. Is like is that the challenge, the basic challenge you have, right? And it has to be flexible. It has to be flexible in a such a way that it can uh, give you the leverage of making your reports and dashboards easy for the end users. Uh, so that's the major lookout of any analytical solution which is out there. And then the you can't uh, you might lose data when there are might lose data if the data is generated in a very huge velocity, right? There is also a concern which you when you plan the infrastructure around to analyze the data, right? Right. So the whole capability, I think, you need to have, and that is where the uh, industries, mainly most of the industries, where we can focus to catch uh, catch their attention to, and let them know you can bring out those all values out of Splunk, proposing Splunk. Right. This is a basic use case, I guess, around big data. Now, when we say data science techniques to analyze the data generated from any devices around the healthcare industries, which are connected in the network. So you see, there are most of the outcomes. So this is the figures. These are the figures, by healthcare they have given. So most of the 1 million people, are gonna have images added to national healthcare service database every day, like their scanning reports and those kind of images. There are multiple, reports out there which can be stored in the database itself for patients' history, tracking history. Then there are mobile applications. Most of the mobile applications where it says U.S. adults gonna track their health data just by an app. There are now presently many apps available out there which you can just measure your daily workouts and multiple things. Even in gadgets are available now. So those are the numbers. Now they say at last is so 50 billion people around the world gonna use these apps per year, and that is where now organizations would need uh, the visibility of the users using those applications, and from different uh, organizational lengths, like if it is IT operations, if it is uh, you know medical relationship with patients. So if you consider those, even from the security background, even from say suppose if you have to manage frauds, so those all links would have to be taken into consideration um, just to ease patients' life. So that's where this is. So what here we see it is it helps uh, Splunk helps provide real time insights and understanding of the organization's machine data, and enables us to collect excuse me enables us to collect analyze, visualize, and monitor machine data from any sources out there, including electronic healthcare records, which we call it as EHR systems, and connected medical devices like monitoring complex applications environments, streamline audit functions, like and reducing risk around it, and in doing so cost as well. So this is we can put this analytical system on prem or in cloud. It can go anywhere. It can go in a hybrid mode as well, that too in real time insights. You can monitor SLAs as well. um, yes. So SL is around your infrastructure. So user access to user access to electronic healthcare information is also has to have some regulatory compliances to just to improve processes, uh, and 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 build a capacity to manage it with agile IT department. That's how now you can see the healthcare industry feeds to the Splunk. Any data, if it is core IT, then other healthcare sources like multiple data sources, devices of there are multiple devices, even like monitoring your heartbeats, and then there are devices just to calculate your your many different components within the blood, stuff like that. And then all those devices can fetch the data to Splunk. This data can be driven to multiple business units for their better visibility around it, uh, and and uh, and it can give you the benefits insight across the domain around your organization. So this is very beneficial, if I think from different perspective, just by one platform which you have. So uh, this is a basic operational visibility which I wanted to show you here. You can think there are different levels within the organization. Here have divided the units and their concern points, where you can see the slide. Steve, as application developer, he would look after how I can mitigate, how can I fast make my process faster, or develop my application faster without any errors hampering my work. So that visibility he would always look for. From system architect perspective, rather as a system architect perspective, he needs end-to-end visibility in real time, ensure systems are in healthy state. So he would like to have a key performance indicators, or health checks of these services which are there operational, right? So around security, if it goes to security domain, security architect would also always look for the compliances with will visibility. uh, he or she would need always look for any security incidents which are been triggered in my organizations or not. She would have to know those, and of course to improve on top of compliances and security postures around the organization. As I say, similarly, if you go towards a product manager, clinician, adopt patterns of clinical applications and devices, adopt practices to comply with regulations. So those are all standards sets for all the department. Even in the last line of business executive, they also have the direct relation. They can also map the direct relation between these all processes, so and improve the patient's experience. So that is all major at the last objective. Correct. So by stating that, now there are major component where now here basic architecture you could understand from here. The bottom layer is a machine data platform. As I said, it's a core platform. On top of it, you have multiple flavors which you can use, or we can propose to the customer. Like one is enterprise. Enterprise is nothing but a software solution where you can install in your on-prem or data center, customer data center. If the customer wants to move their operation to cloud, of course they have that uh, feasibility as well. They can move the cloud, and in cloud they have Splunk has two different flavors. One is SaaS mode, and one is your own private cloud. You can use that. uh, you can also use big data platform around it. Okay, so yes, Splunk Lite is not no more used. This is kind of an old slide which I'm using here. So, but there are five major operations around it. One is, I would say, performance monitoring around your IT infrastructure, where you can also use healthcare information exchange platforms, which can give you real-time visibility into those distributed processes around your organization, healthcare organization. Then second, I would go to security, which can gather data from all data sources and identify breaches or leaks in those PHI, what is it, the devices. You can also take proactive measures just by responding in real time, for this to the security breaches or unauthorized access attempts made. By doing this protective measures, you can demonstrate compliances like HIPAA and other requirements, which can reduce your risk and exposure to this lawsuit threats happening into your environment. So patients feels good about it. And then once you talk about, I can go to compliances same way. You can seek out areas of non-compliance and create an environment where you can feed from the compliance programs, where it can improve the security posture of your complete organization. Of course, it will create an additional workflows, but then it increases efficiencies in the last manner. Fraud also is one of the part. Then outcome is improved patients, efficiency. Sorry, improve patients' experience. So that's the main motto here. Also, there are multiple uh, business analytics and what else the things you can do, but by focusing on those key parts, uh, the risk can come into place. I just want to now deep dive into some of the customer success stories. So by Cerner. Cerner is a very good case study for healthcare industry here, uh, which Splunk has in their website, and I have gone through it. I just wanted to give you just about it. It's a world largest healthcare software IT company, where now you have systems, more than 18,000 facilities worldwide, which itself says it's very huge, and then 180 million transactions annually happening, thousands of disparate parties and systems which are there. It also Cerner needed a way to quickly detect and correct errors, and thereby reducing their resubmission and claims, denied claims. So Splunk helps there by just monitoring uh, different aspect or data sources within their environment. Which what it does is it's improved their efficiency in across their business processes, reduce so these are the claims which they made, reduce resubmitted and denied claims, improved service delivery and accelerated reimbursement. So that is also there. Cerner also so this is a statement made by their service manager. I would like to state here. So what he said is, thanks to the business analytics offered by Splunk software, we are processing transaction more efficiently, even though Cerner handles millions of transactions of the clients in a day. And this gives us the operational intelligence to eliminate the issues in our environment. So this is the Cerner. And this is another case study of Middlesex hospital. Went into hospital. They have really now recently they have released a press release. So as a, this is a US leading hospital giving secure electronic healthcare records and ensure compliances. So with now this is they are doing with Splunk completely. This hospital is in Connecticut, and they puts a premium on patients' privacy as well. So they protect the patients' records just by ensuring them. So and and IT innovations using data insights is also one of the part. Right. So they have so hundreds of hospital US has, but uh, this is the hospital recently used Splunk Enterprise. Not recently, but many years. Like I think the 5 to 6 years happened. They are using Splunk, and they claim that they are monitoring the critical applications which are there in their environment, and which helps the hospital with emergency departments, many offsite primary care and specialty service locations. Like they're monitoring complete operations through Splunk, and try to maintain optimal uptime of the IT sources, data sources, network in that matter, and try to learn more out of it. So they always try to improve their own feasibility. Some of the case studies and success stories you will find it in this links. There are many case studies and success stories which are there available online. You just have to go into this links and deep dive. There are videos as well, stating the way they're leveraging Splunk in their environment. So some of the so majorly clinical operations should be looking like this, right? So they should have a completely operational intelligence center. It's a kind of a operation center where you are monitoring centrally the complete workflow within the hospital or the healthcare industry, in fact that matter, where you can put controls and achieve the compliance standards standards to meet the process and and yeah and build around the alerts, reports, dashboards for the major C-level executives. By doing that, you just enhance the processes, where of course it's a slow process, but the ultimate goal is to enhance the operations. Right, these are the key dental systems operational visibility and the challenges within the delivery. Key challenges, key functions, what Splunk uh, delivers. So basically, limited visibility into device bottleneck and customer satisfaction factor. Here you can use leverage Splunk by monitoring those devices and images generated by those devices, metadata, just to survey, give alerts on anomalies, correlate wait time with patient satisfaction data and system performance degradations around those key critical services handling servers, right? So you get faster identification, system capacity bottlenecks such as excessive wait time. You can save that. You can proactively find unused resources and relocate the resources. Saved, millions. You can save millions of millions by just you know optimizing your operations, but just by doing those key monitoring of satisfying the challenges, right? Same here. Now there are different challenges as well, like nurses complained about non-availability of mobile vital signs monitoring devices, low adoption of the device use, manually data entry into EHR systems, which is not cost and time effective. So in that case, Splunk also help you by just integrating all those devices with Splunk and giving you all the application data, identity data, clinical reports, saving your time, manual workflow. You can also do as usual with your IT uh, devices, like mean time to resolution issues with the errors and performance issues. You can also visualize uh, the health of the patients, um, uh, devices issues, having connected to the patients and stuff like that. That way you can meaningfully get out all the um, uh, all the requirements which you're using, which you're having within the environment. So that's how you can use. So some of the sensor coordination, Internet of Medicine. This is IoT. So by doing this, we are mostly at the conclusion. So by doing those monitoring via Splunk, you can measure and improve patients' experience, right? Understand feature adoptions and usage, and by protect private patient's privacy. And you can also do medication security and drug diversions, like meaning monitor and trace the drugs, uh, when they prescribed to the patients and administer them in real time. So that way you can do. Again, the even for pharmaceutical sites, you can monitor drug inception process in R&D labs and manufacturing process. So you can name any division within the healthcare industry. You can use leverage Splunk. So that's the point here I wanted to make. There is one more. This is one more case study here. What this them do is they have come up with different data devices. They are more manufacturing company, so they come up with the different devices around the healthcare industry, and those devices, can feed directly wirelessly to the data sources which you want to feed them to. They are directly connected to the servers, from where you can analyze the data and get the insights across its business. So now here you can see the value of this Splunk into development and manufacturing of the healthcare devices as well, where they can leverage Splunk just to monitor and keeping track of massive uh, amount of different processes which are generating data in the flow completely. So this is particularly to fall in the supply chain system, analytical system. So that's where also you can leverage your leverage Splunk. And that's it, guys. That's it, all from me. I hope I have given a bit of something, and you can take something out of this presentation slides. Thank you so much. Have a very good day ahead.